Hello students. So today we will discuss about your second module, that is your traffic engineering. So today we will discuss about what are the various type of roads and the vehicular characteristics. So this is the first topic of your second module, that what are the roads and the vehicular characteristics. So before starting to going to the subject or the going to this topic, let me introduce myself. As you all know that myself, Dr. Debasish, I am the assistant professor of the IS College of Engineering. So here is my email ID and mobile number and WhatsApp number is given. So at the end of the of each lecture, if you have any doubt, you can directly contact to this email ID. So let us discuss about the what is the road users and the vehicle characteristics. So as we discussed that the basic two component of traffic engineering is the vehicle and the pedestrians, means the users, road users. Now the road users may be of the driver, the road users may be of pedestrians. So these are the broad category of the traffic engineering. First one is the road users and the vehicle, and again the road users are divided in your driver or your passenger or the pedestrian. So let's discuss what are the road users and the vehicular characteristics. So first we need to know what is transportation. The things has already been discussed in your first lecture at introduction of the transportation system, but still, what is transportation system? So the transportation system is an infrastructure that serves to move people and goods efficiency. So keep in the mind, so basically the movement of people and movement of good with the efficiency is known as the transportation system. So the transportation system is efficient in terms of it, defined as the safe also, means efficiency in terms of comfort, efficiency in terms of safety, efficiency in terms of economical, in terms of convenient, in terms of feasible. So that these small terms efficiency has denote a significant impact on this transportation system. So the transportation, the major transportation system, as you all know, the land transportation, air transportation, water transportation, and the oil or gas, that is the pipeline transportation system. So these are the four major transportation system in Indian, not only in Indian, in worldwide scenario. So this is the pictorial view of the transportation, that it is basically movement from point A to B or from point B to A. So this is basically about the transportation system. So without so next we will discuss the study of the traffic engineering. So traffic engineering is a comparatively new branch of engineering, because this branch is take places in a front seat from last 10 years, 5 to 10 years, because from the transportation subject itself, the very few institution in India have the specializations in master on transportation system. So this is a specialized and it is a new topic which is came in the picture and which grabbed the market in the recent time. So, what is the introduction of the traffic engineering? So, traffic engineering is the branch of engineering which deals with the planning and geometric design of street, highways, and operating traffic system, achieve safe, economical, convenient, and traffic movement of persons and goods. Next, what is the objective of traffic engineering? So, the basic objective of the traffic engineering to achieve the efficient, free, and rapid flow of traffic movement with least number of traffic accidents. So we keep in mind that the traffic accidents should be as less as possible, and for that we have to provide a good traffic signal system, good knowledge to the road user, good knowledge to the driver, means the literacy rate, the education to the driver, education to the pedestrian, then width of the road, separate dedicated lane for different type of the vehicle. So these are the some parameters which we have to keep in mind to avoid or to reduce the percentage of the accident. So factors, what are the factors affecting the traffic? So the factors affecting the traffic is the road users, the vehicle, the roadway, and the environment. So the road users means the we are the people who are driving the road, or we are who are traveling in the vehicle, who are driving a vehicle, or who are crossing the vehicle, means the pedestrian, driver, and the commuters. We are the users, the road users, and the vehicles. So by which means we are using this road, by that is a traffic movement. So our walking is also a type of traffic. This is a green traffic, means where is pollution is zero. So that is also a mode of transportation system, the walking, and it is the ancient and the basic transportation system. Next is the roadway. Roadway means the highway or the geometric features of the road. And the fourth one is the environment. Yes, the environment is one of the issue which didn't have any power to control the environment. Whatever be the whether we are maintain the road users protocol, we maintain the proper vehicle dimension, total vehicle weight to power ratio, all specification given by IRC. We maintain the perfect geometric design in the road, but the last point, the environment, is one of the very important and unpredictable issue which control the traffic movement. So next is the traffic characteristics. So what are the traffic characteristics? So first of the most important scientific study is the study of the traffic characteristics. Traffic can be classified in two classes, that is the road user and the vehicular traffic. So what is road users? So the road users are the human beings performing different roles in the traffic, are most important element of the traffic, and so we have to study their characteristics and behavior. Various roles of human are such as the driver, pedestrian, cyclist, etc. The physical, mental, and emotional characteristics of human being affect their ability to operate motor vehicles safely or to serve as a pedestrian. So the human characteristics of the road user characteristics is one of the significant characteristic we need to study, and we have to go in a detail to study the traffic characteristics, because based on the accident, the major reasons of the accidents are due to the negligence of the driver, or the improper education to the traffic movement by the driver. So the mental situation, physical situation of the driver and the pedestrians is one of the most important parameter in the traffic characteristic under the road users problem. Now these are the road users characteristics. So the road user characteristics are two types basically. One is permanent and other is temporary. So what is the permanent? Under permanent is a physical characteristics, either psychological characteristics or mental characteristics. But temporary, it is alcohol, drug, or illness, fatigue, anger. These are the some temporary, which is not sustained for a long time. But the physical, psychological, and mental are sustained for the long time. So next, under the physical, there are the vision, there are hearing, there are strength, there are reaction time. I have discussed, if you remember, I have discussed in your first lectures or introduction of traffic engineering about the PIV theory. That is the perception, inception, intellection, emotion, and volition. Means how a driver should react when they suddenly see an object in front of them while traveling in the road. So the PIV theory will discuss in details what are what is the mean by the PIV theory. So what are the psychological effects? The attentiveness, the fear, anger, impatience, attitude, maturity, learning, motivation, emotion. So these are some psychological, and mentals are your knowledge, your skill, your intelligence, the literacy rate. These are some mental characteristics under the road users characteristics. Next is the total reaction or the perception, intellection, volition, and emotion time. That is the PIV theory. As we discussed, the PIV theory in between generally 3 to 4 seconds, but in for design purpose we are taken it as a 2.5 second to 2 seconds. So this is the basic about your road user characteristics. Now, what is the traffic characteristics? That is the road users. Second one is the traffic characteristics. The various which afford the road users characteristics may broadly be classified by physical, mental, psychological, environmental. So these are been already covered in your previous slide. So I will directly go to the these are the some description about what are the mental characteristics, what are the environmental characteristics, what are your psychological characteristics. These are the some brief about the various type of the traffic characteristics. So we will directly go to the your PIV theory. So this one is the PIV theory. So what is the PIV theory? So according to PIV theory, the total reaction time of the driver is split into four parts. So this one is this your P. This one is perception. So suppose there is a one object is there, a driver is. So this is the system of your mental. This is your nervous system. This is the nervous system. So what is they said that the perception, the suddenly when they see the object, the a person send us your signal from your brain to your nerve to your to the brain, and it is called the perception. Means the driver is perceived what the object is actually. Then here is the intellection and emotion. Then he intellect that what type of object it is. First they identify, okay, there is something. Second is intellection. Intellection means they try to find out what type of object it is. Then the emotion, then they react. Oh, it is a dog. Okay, I should not. I should not. I try to avoid the road so that the dog should not harm. I should, but some cases due to the sudden appearance of the cat, your cow or dog or cat, the driver has not any way to stop the vehicle because of the sudden appearance of this type of vehicle. So that time they have to run over the dogs and cats. But but no one want to pass away or this make a tragedy for this dog and the cat or the stray cattle. So they always try to stop their vehicle, but in some cases it is not possible. So this is come under this emotion. So we have to control our emotion. And finally is the volition. Volition means your finally the action taken. The action taken process is come in your volition. So this is your volition, and then your response. So this is, I have discussed, this is the perception. It is the time required for the sensation received by the eyes or ears to be transmitted to the brain through the nervous system. What is intellection time? Intellection time, it is the time required to understand the situation. So basically, this is the one type of PIB theory. Suppose one vehicle is moving and suddenly the driver shown some object over there. So he or she try to identify what type of object is there. So this is the distance required to take some decision. So this is a decision side distance model. Decision side distance model means the decisions are taken based on some distance. So after, so see, suppose a driver can see an object at 200 meter apart from his vehicle. So they within 200 meter they have to take some certain decision and they have to stop the vehicle. So this is known as the decision side distance model. So this decision distance time is divided in visible. The driver sees, the identifies hazard and decide on action. But in action distance, the initiate action and complete the maneuvers. So these are the some two segmentation of decision side distance model. One is decision distance and the action distance, and these are clubbed together and known as the decision side distance model. Now, as I discussed that this perception and intellection has been covered. So now is the emotion. So emotion is what? So emotion is, it is a time elapsed during the emotional sensation and disturbance such as fear, anger, etc. with reference to the situation. And what is volition? Volition time is the time taken for the final action. Total reaction time of driver may be vary from 0.5 second to 4 second. Now the same thing is that the lag distance. What is lag distance? Why this lag distance? The concept of the lag distance came in the picture. So suppose one vehicle is moving and suddenly he see an object, he or she see an object and he or she want to stop the car. So for a time being they have to apply the brake. They have to apply the brake, and they have to apply brake from a certain speed. Suppose the vehicle is moving at 80 kilometer per hour, and at a particular distance, at particular, suppose the vehicle, suppose one object is 200 meter apart from the vehicle. Suppose here is the vehicle, the vehicles is coming and here is the object. So the vehicle have to move within this distance from this point to this point. They have to stop the vehicle. So vehicles are moving at a suppose 80 kilometer per hour. So this is the V, and they have, and he or she have to stop within some reaction time. This reaction time is known as the T. So so the from this equation, the lag distance, we have to calculate that the driver, how much distance the driver should take to stop the vehicle, so that the object appearing in front of the vehicle should not be damaged, or should not be hampered, or due to that object the driver or the vehicles could not be hampered. So this is the lag distance. The lag distance is calculated into V into T, where V equal to speed of the vehicle and T is equal to total reaction time. So as per the IRC, the total reaction time, as I said, that it is 2.5 seconds. Next we move to the lag distance, the details about some lag distance. So as you said that the definition, the distance traveled by the vehicles during the total reaction time is known as the lag distance. And what is reaction time? The reaction time of a driver is the time taken from the distance of the object is visible to the driver to instant the brake are efficiently applied. So if you see the diagram, so suppose see that the one vehicle is coming, the driver see and danger. This the driver see and danger, that the one dogs or something is standing or sitting on the road. So the driver need to move the vehicle and he or she have to stop the vehicle at least before some distance so that the dog or that particular object would not have harm. So the driver see a object from this distance and he or she have to stop at this distance. So he or she have to take a decision within this time, within this distance they have to come to a conclusion. Okay, now I have to apply the brake, and it is not that you had applied and suddenly the brakes have uh, applied. So to apply the brake it needs some time. This distance is called as the braking distance, means the distance covered after applying the brake is known as the braking distance. So the total reaction time plus braking distance, total reaction time plus braking distance is known as the lag distance. So the lag distance is equal to reaction time plus the braking distance. Next is the vehicular characteristics. So vehicular characteristics can be static, can be dynamic. So what are the vehicular characteristics? Static characteristics is the dimension. The dimension of the vehicle is the static, the weight, the maximum turning angle, height of the vehicle, height of the driver's seat, height of the headlight, clearance below the chassis. These are some static which are not variable from time to time. But what is variable from time to time? One is speed, acceleration, deceleration, braking, engine horsepower. These are always be dynamic condition, because based on the the driver characteristics, this dynamic, these vehicular characteristics, the dynamic characteristics are changing. So to understand this, we need to have some traffic survey, that to understand the PIV theory or the lag distance or the braking distance or the your reaction time. So what is this survey? It is required to important to study the various vehicular characteristics which affect the design and traffic performance, because it is possible to design a road for any vehicle but not for an indefinite vehicle. It will be economical feasible to keep on increasing the geometric standard and thickness of the pavement from time to time to meet the needs of a few vehicles whose weight and dimensions are increased. So we have to continuous monitor the weight, the condition of the traffic, that is the roadway condition of the roadway based on the traffic scenario. Next, the traffic studies are carried out to analyze the traffic characteristics to decide geometric features and traffic control safe and efficient movement. Next is the traffic characteristics. What are the various type of static and dynamic traffic characteristics? A knowledge of this characteristics is necessary for proper geometric design and traffic control system, allowing for safe and smooth operation. So static characteristics include the weight and the size, and the dynamic characteristics include the forces due to the motions, as I already discussed. So these are the few details about the design of the vehicle, the vehicular dimension, the weight, height, length. That are the things. And what are the dynamic characteristics? So dynamic characteristics of the vehicle affecting the road design are speed, acceleration, brake characteristics, etc. The de-acceleration and braking characteristics guides the vehicle operation. The stability of the vehicle and its movement of horizontal curve are affected by the width of the wheelbase. So these are the dynamic characteristics. Is one of the very vital and significant issue in traffic characteristics, because it is the most important in the hilly area. Not only in the hilly area, it is important for all the such type of area, but for plain terrain, the in the hilly terrain, it is comparatively tough to maintain or tough to manage the dynamic characteristics rather than the plain terrain. So it is a challenging task to maintain the dynamic characteristics in the hilly area due to the less width of the road, or the due to the less turning radius of the horizontal curve. So these are the some traffic characteristics, the power of the vehicle, the braking characteristics. These are the basic thing already been discussed. So these are the things about your road characteristics and the vehicular characteristics. These are the basic things. Means what are the things of the driver should keep in your mind regarding your road characteristics and the traffic characteristics. So if we summarize the things, so road characteristics and the vehicular characteristics are divided basically in two parts. One by the road users and by the vehicular. Again, the road users are divided by in three parts. One is by driver, one is by commuter, another is by pedestrian. And the traffic vehicular characteristics are subcategorized based on the types of the mode, mean types of the vehicles are flying on the road. So the if you in general the road user characteristics are permanent and temporary. So under the permanent, it is your psychological, it is your physical characteristics and mental characteristics, and it is, and for temporary it is a suppose of alcoholic effect due to the drug effect, due to some anxiety. These are the some temporary effect which is not sustained for the longer time. Now if we talking about some vehicular characteristics, there are static and the dynamic as I discussed. So what the, in static, the height, the weight, basically the dimension of the vehicle, the weight of the vehicle, the height from the bottom level from chassis to your surface of the road. These are the some static, means which are not changing from time to time. But the other dynamic characteristics are also there, like speed, the acceleration, deacceleration, the turning radius. These are the some about your vehicular characteristics. So this is some details or some idea about your vehicular characteristics and the traffic characteristics or the road users characteristics. So if you have any query regarding this dimension, regarding the issues, because I have already shown you in the introduction classes that as per the IRC, what are the various width of the vehicle, what are the various length of the vehicle, means type based on the types of the vehicles. So it is a suppose single deck, suppose two deck, based on the axle, number of axle, whether it is a two axle, more than two axle, it is a tractor, semi tractor combination. So based for different type of vehicle, different width as per the IRC have already been given and already been shown to you. So now if you have any query regarding this, you feel free to ask. My email ID has already been given. So thank you for next classes.